expect, I would put my money on Slimo going 3-0 here, to be honest. But Slimo is someone who can have off times, off races, just races where they're just completely off, so I wouldn't put my life on the line for it. Nonetheless, even if not 3-0, I expect Slimo to win. But of course, my predictions are sometimes greatly misinformed at times. An immediate bomb blast helm for Slimo will allow Slimo to gather up enough gold for shovel transmute here, but Sean going the other way finds a potion. Slimo definitely has a chance to take advantage of screen watching here, because getting the extra bombs on last helm will be able to just smack that open. Slimo looking for move dig probably, can now just dig the potion room open. Actually, could have just done that earlier. So not even needing to worry about bombs with this shovel transmog. But diligently screen watching on Slimo's end. Picking up the potion, Sean meanwhile. Finding a base flail, not a bad take in terms of safety. In terms of speed, a bit questionable without damage up, but sometimes safety equals speed. The safer you're playing, the more confident you can move forward. Slimo will do the same thing. A tempting take for Sean here with the golden spear. I think you do take it because you can still throw. It is King Konga 1, so that won't matter, but hopefully the gold kills will help. The gold damage ups will help for kills and for checking items, as Sean taking a massive Dragon Blast. Having a bit of trouble with this trapdoor room, but being ever so careful after losing the potion. As Slimo finding a favorite weapon of his, the gold warhammer, or any warhammer really. But interesting to give up the titanium spear for it. Titanium spear could prove to be pretty good, but Slimo with the warhammer is something Slimo is more than comfortable with. We have a big warhammer match on the Congo lines, yeah. Shouldn't be too hard to line up for the gold kill here. I don't know what Slimo doing, just trying to hit Konga there. Nonetheless, very small optimization. Shouldn't waste too much time, and Slimo still desperately looking for something out of red. An interesting choice. The extra hit of safety. Slimo does love his extra hits of safety, so checking purple would have probably been fine for Slimo. But likely looking for some damage up. Very happy with the warhammer already, even though it is only 1 damage, is very much relying on some supplemental materials to go with it. A Shriner for Sean, not sure why Sean wouldn't want to check that. A risky bomb here. Oh, has 1 blast helm and war drum to take out 2 of the dragons. Very well handled for Slimo. We have warhammer, which might be bad. Warhammer sounds good. Might be bad, knocks the enemies away, but is a guaranteed form of damage up, unlike the other 2 rings. Which might just be what Slimo's looking for. Doesn't really prioritize much else besides getting this warhammer's damage up, it seems. And a second hit on Core Whiff. Sean still not finding anything. That Shriner kill for Slimo paying off pretty hugely. And Slimo continues to check red. Not sure why you wouldn't check purple there. Purple has spells still, even if you're happy with your ring. It has Ring of Strength even. If you're happy with your current weapon. So that's, oh, a bit of a surround for Sean. Having a lack of damage. Not being able to escape that situation. So Slimo getting a lot of space, a lot of time to work with here. But 1 damage is very dangerous on zone 2, or in any zone really. Except zone 1, because on zone 1 you'll generally have 1 damage, but a lack of damage can easily get you in some hairy situations in the later zones, especially zone 2 with those golems that are just take 10 years to kill. And can easily wall you in. Okay, Slimo managing this Warhammer snag pretty well. Dealing with the beetles. And we'll get the flawless on death metal. Check red once more. This time we'll get Ham eating it right away for 2 hearts back. So Slimo in a pretty comfortable spot. Not the most comfortable, but reasonably comfortable. Warhammer's a very safe weapon. Oh man, that was a sick Blade Master kill for Slimo. Using the Warlock to reposition themselves and then landing the final blow on the Blade Master. That is sick. And Slimo finding a 3 damage broadsword and a very good weapon. I'm pretty sure... yeah, you take that. Despite Slimo's love for the Warhammer, this is just too good to pass up on. So that's the 3 damage War Rapier. Can be very fast, definitely does not need to be fast with it right now. Sean, finding the Titanium Sphere, so that damage up will definitely help, as there seems to be a damage issue. A good fireball for Slimo here. Needs to be a bit cautious around this Blade Master, but is handling everything perfectly fine. As we continue onward. Slimo dealing with this. Going with this zone 4 pretty straightforwardly. Except for full heart container as well. Will end up being 2 full heart containers. I mean 2 healed out of that one. Because of the potion. Every heart container you can pick up with the potion is definitely a nice thing to have, as Slimo continues onward to Fortissimo 4. Still has lots of time to work with. Sean is not gonna be able to apply pressure from that being that far behind. And Slimo not checking chests! If anything, check red. Like you've been doing. Or maybe he wants to just make a statement and finish off this run with what Slimo already has. A good fireball, a bit of a surround with those skeletons for Slimo. But Slimo's doing a good job at keeping their armor high. Not dropping the combo, keeping that obsidian armor. Ready to protect. And good dropped beat there. Dropping beats still can be good, even if you lose your coin multiplier for it. This red dragon getting stuck behind other enemies, causing a bit of trouble for Slimo, but can just lunge into it without much fear due to War and Rapier. And Slimo just passing up on the shop. Wants to make a statement, it seems. Wants to pad out their stats. But hopefully they won't pay dearly for it. On with the 3 damage sphere. Solid build, but as I said, just way too far behind to make any impact on Slimo. And a flawless for Dead Ringer. Slimo still not checking the chest. If anything, you check the chest now and not earlier. Nonetheless, 3 bombs into the Necrodancer fight. I have a feeling Slimo will opt to keep the health. We'll just use the third bomb instead of using the blood jump for an early first hit. And chasing down the Necrodancer doesn't need to worry about lures. Doesn't need to save that time. But these Necrodancer teleports are particularly bad. Might want to deal with this Ogre first. Slimo. 2 hits left. Sean is only in zone 3. Oh, big Necro Bomb for on Slimo's end. Will take Dorian 2.5 hearts left, but the Necrodancer will be killed. Dot D of 1028 for Slimo. On with a full surround here, but it's already over. So still pretty decent pace. Finding some pretty good weapons. Slimo with an early 1 damage Warhammer, getting that to 2 damage pretty quickly, and then after slow playing, finding a Titanium Rapier and finding War Rapier. It's a 3-5 Rapier, so you're gonna be doing a lot of damage with lunges along with the knockback. Pretty good. Good stuff for Slimo here. As we have our next seed entered and we are ready to go. As the second seed underway. Looks like red chest for Sean. Actually, Slimo checking it first. It will be a battle shovel. And immediate Titanium Rapier for Slimo. One of the best weapons he can pick up with CoNDOR mod. Sean will pick it up as well. Battle Shovel, very good early item finder as well. And it is never the food shop. Tier 3 cracked wall check. Slimo will not pay out. Slimo. Moving on, as Sean spending a bit of extra time on the Leprechaun. Sean thinking about exploring a bit more, stepping back out of... Actually, that might have been a 1-beat reaction prevention step back, whatever it was. Bit of a step back before jumping down to the trapdoor. Will allow Sean to take advantage of screen watching. Not sure if they'll want to screen watch though. There is Ring of Shielding in purple. On will opt to take that. Looks like a potion room on Slimo's end. Good use of the obsidian bow there to crack open the barrel quickly. And this definitely is the potion room, and there's the food shop for Slimo, having 5 bombs as well. Just going for a kill, I have to assume. Yeah, there we go. Gluttony for Slimo. It's just going to Gluttony off the carrot. Not hoping for anything more long-term, which could pay out with the potion, but then again, could possibly use the potion earlier than you expect, so... The strategy often is to just use it immediately anyways. No matter what, even if it's just one heart. Because that one heart is already 2 with the potion in your back pocket. And Sean having 10 bombs left even after killing the food shop. Will not be able to gluttony off this carrot, but can eat it right away for a bit of a health back. And shield spell for Slimo, very good. Very good spell to find. Already putting it to pretty good use. Allowing Slimo to push through 3-1 with relative ease. Slimo, very good player here. Can't really, very good play here. Good player as well, but Slimo's playing is pretty on point. Another trainer kill for Slimo. This time for Ring of Regeneration. Doesn't even need to pop the Ring of Shielding for it, so... Just... Slimo seems to have pretty strong command of Necrodancer right now. Can slice through the shop using a bomb, but only has 2 bombs left. And a ham for Slimo would go very well with Sean Crockett's Gluttony right now. Sean definitely wants to try to find that. Hello, Ochre? That will be a 2-heart Gluttony if Sean is able to find that ham. Let's swap off to normal glass to heavy glass for Slimo. Slimo using Heart Transplant pretty responsibly. Not using it to fight enemies, but we'll take a hit from Beetle. And there's just free damage up sitting inside that barrel. Bringing this Rapier to be a pretty disgusting 3-5. Slimo just running up the middle. Using Shield Spell as well. Just in case Rapier strats go wrong. And even if they do go wrong, you can still make them go right with Shield Spell. But Slimo's heavy armor has been deteriorating pretty quickly. It's Sean. Also proceeds to deep blue. Going to have a longer fight, and more limited resources could just want to Gluttony a single heart off this ham right now. But Zone 4 has a lot of chances to pick up some form of healing, usually in food. That might get you much more extended value out of this Gluttony. Nonetheless, time lost now from not having that health may not be able to be made back later down the line, as Sean picks up Quartz and some Big Digs. So having a separate source of damage up is Slimo, but both of them are on this pretty capable Rapier here. Oh, that is such a value bomb for Slimo. Sean, eating the ham in a pretty hairy situation. Going to full health, not needing Gluttony off of that. Still saving the Gluttony in the back pocket at this point, though. Health saved now. May not pay off later. Slimo, don't know what Slimo's trying to do here. Taking a massive number of hits. I have no clue what Slimo's trying to do there. Like Slimo is bombing. Don't know what the deal with that was. Maybe they thought they had enough dig, but was extremely odd. Sean with a much more limited build, less health to work with, and more importantly, lacking that ring of regeneration. And Squaga suit as well now. So definitely has work to do here. Definitely has quite a bit of work here to do in order to catch up, but still is in it given Slimo only has one bomb after that pretty odd King Kongo fight. Black, there will be an Obsidian Cat, another great weapon. Sean picking up the Squaga suit as well. We'll cough the potion. Won't get the extra value out of it. Could have just gluttonied off the ham for one additional heart to get a bit more out of this potion, but that won't happen as Sean falling about his zone behind as Slimo makes it to Dead Ringer with left side spawn. Oh, this is a Slimo strat, I think. Slimo says it's consistent, and every time I've seen it, it has gone well. Pulling it off pretty well. It's not the slowest either. I don't hate it. But having to do butt puzzles now, this is Sean's chance to catch up. Slimo only has one bomb to work with. Health situation a bit sketchy. Slimo, on the other hand, has all the health in the world here. What is Slimo doing? Just standing there, he's do the butt puzzles. This is a pretty horrible butt puzzle configuration though. You don't want to line up your butt puzzles this early, you can just use the right wall for it. Because enemies might spawn and then you might have to just redo it again. So some butt puzzle action on Slimo will go well as Sean making it down to Dead Ringer. A bit slowly as Slimo is already on 2 hits. Now it's not the time to do lures, but Sean is doing lures. A good handling of that right around that Dead Ringer. But handling lures very well. However, Slimo is already finished. A bit of ping-ponger here on Sean's side. We have a race room time of 10:27 for Slimo. GG's. A pretty close race, but that could have been decided by these bombs here. But Slimo with more than enough of a lead to keep it that way, even with some pretty atrociously slow butt puzzles. Those butt puzzle configurations were pretty tricky. There are definitely some butt puzzles that you can just breeze by, and other ones that can just be a struggle. Trying to finish off this Necrodancer fight. Running into that Necro Bomb was a bit scary for me, but one hit on the Necrodancer left. Dodging the Ogre. This is pretty scary, but Sean will be able to finish it off. A good attempt on Slimo there, but the build difference was quite a bit. The bombs were not enough to make up for a lost time in the rest of it. As we are about to reach our 3rd seed. Slimo's improved a lot since last season, I would agree. Slimo definitely had the speed last season, but Consistency was still questionable, but Slimo's consistency has massively improved. Being able to not die is good in CoNDOR. As we are about to go off on our last seed here. Good luck to both racers, and hope the seed not bring misery and pain. Maybe pain. Pain isn't necessarily a bad thing in Necrodancer. Depends what kind of pain we're talking about. Pain items or emotional and physical pain from having to rerun the seed multiple times. One of them is very good, the other one is very bad. Nonetheless, an immediate Shriner for Slimo, going for an early bomb, and picking up Gi as well. We have a Gi take. Very interesting. This Ring of Regeneration will have diminished effectiveness with the Gi, but for being able to finish off the dragons in the Shriner, it will be pretty good. Sean picking up a glass broadsword. And losing it already! This is very bad, just going to reset. That was gonna be a pretty hard struggle to pick that back up. The Slimo with the Gi. Able to just demolish enemies here. Not quite on dino damage yet. Only doing 8, but with 8 you're gonna be hidden like a truck, to say the least. And Slimo picking up the Warhammer, I bet, yep. And keeping the War Drum as well. So this is damage up on the Warhammer, but definitely not damage up that you want to have. It's a bit poor for the shop. Not sure what Slimo is opening it for. Could see the prices and the outlines of the item, but should have realized that they were too poor for anything and had no way to kill after cracking it open. Farming up a bit for the magic cheese. The 2 options to get 2 full heart containers here. One of them requires you to be at full health though. But Slimo trucking onward. Hopefully this Gi won't cause an early death as we have seen. Which is why Gi don't do Gi things. Right, Slimo had a coupon actually. Bad commentator, by the way. And Slimo's going back, saving up even more with his Gi. Can't swap up armor, so he'll just get 4 heart containers. 4 full heart containers instead. I suppose that works. As Sean is able to catch up. Without the Ring of Regen though, and without the Gi, which is a good thing. But Slimo, using the extra time granted to them. This is a bit of a dangerous hallway for Slimo. Playing it decently carefully, making sure not to get stuck in the hallway with dealing with enemies. And moving along to CoNDOR 1 with a relatively slow time of 3:30. Mostly due to Sean's early reset. But pretty juicy number of hearts here. A whole 8 of them, count them. 8. Titanium Spear for Slimo, looking for a Squaga suit, I have to be assuming here. Because Slimo is pretty reluctant to swap off the Warhammer. but is definitely playing a bit more scared due to it. But if you were to have Gi with anything, it definitely would be Warhammer. Would be the choice weapon to have, given the Warhammer plus damage allows for a decent amount of safety. Having those two things. As Sean checking purple for fireball tomes, we'll take those instead of the blood drum. Interesting swap off. These fireball tomes do still have the potential to be put at good use and are also risk-free, and that is an armor slot for Slimo here. We'll be able to swap off the Gi in absolute style. However, the damage situation becomes a problem once more. Sean, however, hasn't been able to do anything to mitigate that. Using blood drum here, as I expected. Very fast death metal kill. There will be damage up for Slimo. Parting ways with the Warhammer. Just knowing how important it is to pick up at least 2 damage. Sean not really having much in response. These sunglasses will go great with this Warhammer, but still not having much in response. This is heavy plate along with Regen. Sean has enough to just buy out the shop. That is pretty nice. Bit of situation for Sean. Can just dig and then jump to the side, but having 16 bombs to use, we'll use one of them. And Slimo, bit of a slip and slide. Will cause a bit of trouble with Fortissimo, but we'll be able to re-rail it. Doesn't even need the flawless, didn't even check the chests anyway, so just getting the flawless for style. Bit of tanked, and then regenerated it using that ring. But Slimo starting to pull ahead here. Sean with the 3 damage Warhammer though. It's going to be very snaggy. Definitely not the best thing to have, but very safe as well. And just press towards the direction of the exit and generally be successful. Need to be careful for certain enemies, and that is a vault for Slimo. It will have a potion in it at least, not something dumb. Slimo dealing with it very well. Could be worth cracking open these barrels here for Slimo. That is just a free potential 4 great items to pick up. Definitely spend the time to check those 4, but Slimo was just gonna pass up on that. Because, I mean, you can do it with 1 bomb and you can just... it's a big safe bomb, so you can just tank it. Plus you have... bombs right now aren't really a worry. Given you used to have 9, now have 7. But yeah, good bomb usage. Slimo pulling ahead a bit further. First one into Conga 4, as Sean only is entering for Fortissimo 3. Oh, a Warlock teleport will cause Slimo to get hit by that bomb there. As heavy plate, 1 billion hearts, 8 to be exact, which is far from 1 billion. And a potion. Along with that regen. So, happy builds here. Interesting that Slimo would walk by a chest but not check it. But I mean, what else could they want, I guess? But I don't know, if you're gonna walk by it, just check it with this much of a lead. Question mark. Happy with titanium broadsword though. Sean picking up the vault potion as well. I don't think I've seen anything besides a potion in the vault, so it's kind of half debated that it's a vault, but at least you still get the potion. Slimo. 1253 now. Having to spend quite a bit of time killing enemies, but we'll move on to Dead Ringer as Sean still is in zone 4. We're seeing the Slimo strat once more, which seems pretty consistent, I have to admit. I'm assuming you need enough damage to wipe out the enemies at the bottom. But pretty well controlled fight for Slimo, or the Dead Ringer once again. Just dropping bombs. Big safe bombs on enemies here. Great use out of utility for Slimo. Utilizing what's in their tool belt to peek out a couple seconds left and right and also ensure safety. As that is the last hit on the Necrodancer fight. Very controlled, not a single hit at all. With a race from time of 11:08. Slimo will take this 3-0. Definitely not a bad win at all.